New concerns tonight surrounding Hanford. The nuclear plant's most toxic tank may be in worse condition than anyone imagined.
Now workers have found evidence the tank could be leaking into the soil. King 5 investigator Susanna Frame broke the news on this latest leak.
Managers at Hanford are facing one of their biggest challenges ever right now. It appears the most dangerous material on Earth is out of its tank and out of their control, and there's no immediate plan on how to solve the problem. We're talking about the tank known as AY-102. A year ago, the public found out the tank was leaking toxic sludge through its primary shell into a hollow safety space. But now it appears the worst case scenario has happened. The waste has eaten through the outer tank wall and made its way over through piping to what's called a leak detection pit. Experts tell us if it's crawled all the way over there, it's also seeping into the ground.
Well, certainly, obviously, I'm aware of the AY-102 situation, watching it carefully.
Just 2 days ago, Secretary of Energy Ernest Moniz visited Hanford and told reporters tank AY-102 was in check.
The next visual inspection a couple days ago showed no further indication of leak. And of course, I should say everything is contained right now in the annulus, and there are no pumpable liquids at the moment.
These are the latest pictures of the nuclear waste obtained by King 5 this week. They show that, in fact, the volume of material has increased. But no one expected this. We've gotten a hold of internal Hanford documents that show a crew working on the leak detection pit pulled a piece of equipment from it and measured a whopping contamination reading, 800,000 DPM, or disintegrations per minute. That's a significant amount of radioactive contamination where none, not a drop, should be seen. Susanna Frame, King 5 News.
Several state leaders were notified about the leaking nuclear waste in the middle of the night.
It's obviously deeply disconcerting.
We need to insist and will insist that the department accelerate their plan to remediate this waste in that tank and these other leaking tanks.
Governor Inslee is unlikely to accept the Department of Energy's current cleanup plan that would take 10 years to drain the tank. King 5 sources who are workers in the tank farm say the work could be accomplished much sooner. Officials say the leak is not posing an immediate risk to humans or the Columbia River. Tonight, the King 5 investigators follow the money trail in their continuing investigation, Hanford's Dirty Secrets.
During a time when Hanford workers are facing furloughs and layoffs, Susanna Frame exposes one of the government's prime contractors wasted millions on the broken tank at the center of our investigation.
This massive construction project will eventually be the last stop for nuclear sludge in Washington state, Hanford's waste treatment plant. The goal? Turn the dangerous liquids into glass logs at the plant, then ship it out of here for good. But now there's a major snag. Years ago, the feds chose one tank, AY-102, to serve as the first tank to ship waste to the treatment plant, a way to stage and feed millions of gallons of nuclear byproducts from underground holding tanks over to its final resting place. But that plan's now shot. With AY-102 confirmed to be leaking, it's deemed broken and unfit to handle the job. How big of a setback is that?
Oh, it's huge.
Hanford worker Mike Geffrey discovered the leak in 2011, but the contractor he works for, WRPS, looked the other way for nearly a year and instead charged ahead with Plan A, spending money to ready AY-102 as their key tank waste feeder.
We wasted a year of designing. We wasted a year of where we could have been all of a sudden looking at another tank.
During the exact months WRPS discounted signs of the leak, the company spent millions on waste feed design work, equipment, and project management. Most of it wasted work hours and tax dollars.
We don't have a dime to waste at Hanford.
Teresa Labriola of the citizen group Columbia Riverkeeper has seen budgets shrink at Hanford for projects like cleaning up contaminated groundwater that's headed toward the river.
Again, this undermines the public's confidence in cleanup. When they hear about waste, they wonder what's going on at Hanford.
While leak evidence was ignored, how much did the Fed spend on a broken tank? The U.S. Department of Energy gives us this figure, $2.4 million. But we found that number's way off, 600% off. In a report obtained by King, written by their contractor, WRPS, the number's a whopping $14.2 million. $14 million for work, a lot of it already scrapped. Millions of that could have been saved if they'd listened to science and their own people when the first signs of a leak cropped up a year before all that spending.
Nothing added up that said this wasn't a problem. And Yeah, they just chose not to do anything.
The right opportunities for those projects that exist that get funded.
At a public meeting in Richland, we caught up with federal Hanford official Tom Fletcher after we were denied requests to talk to him about the money and more.
I'm Susanna Frame from King TV, and we've been trying to get... Are you really not going to answer any of our questions?
We're actually on our way to another meeting right now, so like we told you before, give us a call. We'll talk to you.
We've asked actually for several months for the Department of Energy to give an interview.
We're very busy.
Mr. Fletcher, we just want a few minutes of your time since you are a very high-ranking official with the Department of Energy. Can you tell us why the Department of Energy has not been able to take 15 minutes to speak to King TV?
Actually, Susanna, again, give me a call when I'm not on.
I've called you, I've emailed, and we've been ignored, actually.
There's something else we hope to talk to the government about. King 5 has found that even after the leak was confirmed to the public last year, their contractor kept at it, spending on the defunct project. An assessment team wrote in a report that stopping the job should have been implied or evident. The Department of Energy sent their contractor 2 letters directing them to ramp down and pause the work and then to stop the design development altogether because this plan was no longer feasible.
It's alarming, it's concerning. You know, we hear year after year about budgets shrinking.
Hanford Advisory Board member Dan Saris and others with the same goal, to clean up the most contaminated site in the country, say there's no time and no money to waste.
Every dime that's wasted is money that should be spent on successful cleanup operations. The cleanup is too big and too important to be wasting even a dime.
The U.S. Department of Energy is sticking to its guns, saying the figure they gave us, $2.4 million, is right on, and that somehow the reports we've obtained are off base. We asked for proof, but as of this hour, we're still waiting. We haven't received anything yet, but we'll let you know.
All right. Also, some big happenings tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow we are supposed to, the state is supposed to receive their plan for what the heck to do about all this. So it should be
it's a big day.
News. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Big reading. Thank you. New at 11.